say right foot creep, oh, I'm walking with that heater. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see you.
Hey, what's up guys, LordFuckXL back at it again, and today I'm going to be doing a mock draft. I've already tried making this video, but I failed. I don't know. It was bad anyway. I was not prepared whatsoever. I've done a lot more research on the players. I'm only doing one round because 2 rounds is too damn long. And let's just jump right into it. I'm not doing any trades. I don't even know if I can. I can do trades. I'm not going to do it because trades are so hard to predict, you know? You don't know what's going to happen. A lot of these trades going away for quarterbacks, Watson, Wilson, and Aaron Rodgers. You just don't know. So I'm just going to go with it raw, and predictive trades are cool, but I don't care about it that much. First overall is what I did last time, is what I'll do this time. It's very tight between Ikem Ekwonu and Evan Neal for me for the tackle 1 in the class. But personally, I'm going to go with Evan Neal here. First overall to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Secure the blindside tackle for Trevor Lawrence, and hell, he might have a lot better season. He wasn't very good. He wasn't awful, but he wasn't very good. You get him a blindside blocker like Evan Neal, and hell, you're in business, man. You're really in business. He's a big boy, and he projects very well. It could be like a Laramie Tunsil kind of guy. Trent Williams at his peak, I would say. Very raw, and will need a little bit of coaching, but he has the greatest potential probably in the draft, bar Kyle Hamilton. Or, if you want to say Derek Stingley, but I'll get to my feelings about Derek Stingley. Next, we're going to go with, see, this is hard. You could go with Hutchinson, keep him in Michigan. You could go with Hamilton or Thibodeau here, or even Ekwonu. But I'm gonna go Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton is definitely the best defensive player in the draft. It's between him and Neal for the best all-around offensive player with value. Well, maybe not with value, but with talent at least. Safeties aren't valued very high. But once you have a generational talent like Kyle Hamilton, you really cannot pass him up. Like, the last safety to go that high was, Jamal Adams. He went, 4th overall out of the Jets? I think he was 4th overall. 10th, he was 10th overall, see? I'm, like, they're not valued that high, but Kyle Hamilton is just that good. He is a starter from day one, will probably be a top 10 safety in the league. He's like last year's Kyle Pitts. You know, everybody, when Kyle Pitts was drafted, they're like, oh, he's already a top 10 tight end in the league, and he hasn't even played a snap. That's what Kyle Hamilton's like. That's how good he is. Which opens up big doors here for the Texans. Quarterback is obviously a place they could go. Willis, Pickett, Corral, any of them. Don't see it, especially with the success of Davis Mills. I don't see it. So this is probably going to go on the defensive side of the ball. It's between Hutchinson and Thibodeau for me. You could go defensive back, and I agree with you. Stingley, Gardner, Booth, McDuffie, any of those guys. Jermaine Johnson is also a riser, but I'm going to go Thibodeau. Thibodeau has some of the greatest potential in this draft. A lot of people say it's a weak draft class. I honestly don't think there's a thing. That's not a thing. Every single year, there are good to great players out of every college class. Think back to 2013. Everybody thought it was an awful class, and granted, there were a ton of busts in the first round. I think it's 2013 if I'm wrong. Crucify me. But a lot of people grade draft classes on the quarterback talent and depth, which is blasphemous, because this draft may have it's a weak quarterback class. I'll admit that. There's talent. Pickett, I think, could be a very good quarterback. Malik Willis has the potential to be a top 10 if he can reach it. Corral and the rest of them can be decent. Like, I'm not saying that's a bad, like, they're all going to turn out to be trash, but last year, the year before, or 2018, 2017, hell, 2017, all of them had great players last year. Lawrence, Wilson, Jones, Lance, Fields. In 2020, you had Herbert and Burrow and Jordan Love, who, to be determined. 2019, you had Kyler Murray and some other guys that I'm blanking on. 2018, you had Josh Allen, you had Josh Rosen, you had Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. Sort of shooting myself in the foot. 2017, you had Patrick Mahomes, you had Deshaun Watson, you had Mitch Trubisky. they're not. I don't think there's any generational talent at quarterback as of right now. These guys could go on to have very good, insane careers. But as of right now, people think it's a weak class. I don't see a quarterback going in the top 5, maybe the top 10. Probably the top 10. Probably the top 10. Thibodeau to the Texans immediately seals off that edge. He can be a guy with that puts up 15+ sacks in his rookie year. Micah Parsons kind of like, you know. Jets here open up a lot of holes for them. You could take Ekwonu, who I think would be the best pick. You could also look at Stingley, Johnson, even Aiden Hutchinson. I'm going to go Ikem Ekwonu, who I think is a very close second tackle in the draft and a top 5 talent. Ikem Ekwonu is very good. He is a people mover. He is a big man. What do they have him listed at? 6'6"? 6'4". He's big, okay? He's big. 320 pounds, that's a big man. He moves well. He's a very athletic tackle. He can definitely steal off edges, and you could definitely see him being in a Pro Bowl in his rookie year, maybe even an All-Pro, but that's a stretch, especially on the Jets. But you seal off that edge, they might have the best tackles in the game. You got I mixed them up with Penny Sue, Mekhi Becton and Ikem Ekwonu. Those guys are insane. Mekhi Becton's what, 6'8"? Mekhi Becton is insane, and he's probably younger than Ikem Ekwonu. He is 6'7", yeah. 6'7", 364. He's only 22. Ikem Ekwonu is probably also 22. Yeah, he's a junior, 21, 22. Raw talent, insane tackles. You got Michael Carter at the running back position. If Zach Wilson can reach any sort of his potential, honestly, I'm telling you, the Jets can have a team, especially they have another top 10 pick here, that they could go wide receiver. They could go help their defense, which you'll see. But hey, Ikem Ekwonu to seal off that edge, and now you can run outside the tackles with Carter. Maybe sign a fast running back. I'm not sure who's all on the market, but you know, we'll see. 5 here for the Giants. See, this is where I would love to go Aiden Hutchinson, or Jermaine Johnson, or David Ajabu. And I just picked you out. I'm going Aiden Hutchinson. There's no way he's making it past 5. He was second in Heisman votings, even though he should have been 3rd. He should have been 3rd because Will Anderson was better than him, and Kenny Pickett had more value, so Kenny Pickett probably should have been 2nd. I'm fine with Bryce Young winning it. Aiden Hutchinson did not deserve to be 2nd in Heisman voting, but he was. He was insane for Michigan, but there's concerns. The big games he played in, he didn't do good. He kind of got sealed off. People think he's not athletic enough, but I think he has the power. What is he listed at? 6'5". Yeah. I think he definitely has the ability to succeed at the next level. Giants really need an edge guy. They have Leonard Williams and Ojulari. What's his first name? I don't really care. Azeez Ojulari, who's pretty decent, but their edge really needs help. It's really weak. So I think Aiden Hutchinson helps him out a lot. You all know Aiden Hutchinson. A lot of people said he was going either 1st or 2nd overall. I think with the development of the tackle class and people realizing value over projections, they're going to say Aiden Hutchinson will drop a little. Same thing with Thibodeau, dropping to 3, which is that really even a drop? Number 6 here, the Panthers. I've seen a lot of people saying they're going Stingley, Gardner, or Booth. They have no need at corner. I mean, I guess they're losing Gilmore, which is fair. But if they retain Gilmore, they really don't have a need at corner. They have C.J. Henderson, J.C. Horn, Gilmore, who's the guys? Jeremy Curl, is that the guy? No, Jeremy Chin. The Curl is for the Commanders. The Commanders. It's my first video with the Commanders. But I don't think they need defensive back. Tackle, it says their needs there. Tackle, quarterback, whatever. This is definitely a quarterback spot. It's definitely a tackle spot. As of right now, this is a quarterback, and it's going to be one of these guys. See, this is hard. Okay, this is hard. They're going to go Malik Willis. Imagine the Panthers with an even more expanded running game. Say Christian McCaffrey's healthy. Malik Willis can succeed there. He's their next Cam Newton. Maybe he won't perform as well as Cam Newton did in 2015, but I think Malik Willis is a good fit with Carolina. Do I like Carolina's coaching staff, and do I think they have a prominent future in the league? No. Do I think they have some talent on their offense and their defense, which could lead them to seek into a playoff spot next year, barring, well, not barring, but if say they draft Malik Willis and say Malik Willis gets the starting job and Malik Willis performs to his potential? Yes. There's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts. Malik Willis to the Panthers, I think it's a given. They could definitely go with Pickett or Corral, but I think oh fuck okay. I think that Malik makes the most sense. Here with the Giants, another place you could go quarterback, but I'm either gonna go interior D-line here or tackle, which I think this is an obvious spot for Charles Cross. Also a people mover. What size is he? Is he 6'5", 6'5", 305? Tackles need to be more athletic, so they're smaller than guards, as you can see. Actually, I'm not even going to look at Trevor Penning. That guy's huge. You'll see where he goes. Charles Cross is a great player, and Giants sealing off the edge. Hope to God Saquon Barkley doesn't die again. He was so good his rookie year and his second year, and then just injuries have been piling up for that guy. Prayers to him, but I think if they help maximize their O-line, then they really can compete in a weak division, but an up-and-coming division, sort of. You know what I mean. I think he can really. Charles Cross would really help their offensive line, and yeah. Who's up? Falcons. It's got to be defense. Yeah, Jermaine Johnson rising on the boards. Had he had a great Senior Bowl, correct? Yes, he had a great Senior Bowl. Practices, all the scouts rose up their boards. What was he ranked, like 12th on here? Something like that. Like Lions, he was, I don't know. But edge, he would really help the Falcons, who have they have Grady Jarrett still, I think. Like their D-line is bust. Buns. It's trash. Put Jermaine Johnson on it. Boom. You got something. That's a start. You're going to have to draft more than just him. Like interior D lineman, what? In the later rounds, Travis Jones. Trevon Walker is rated really high here. He's good. He's great. But I don't know if I'm going to have him go that high. Some other D linemen. I don't know everybody in the draft. You got to help. Jermaine Johnson is a start. He's great, a great player. And, hey, add him to the list. Broncos here. Quarterback is a definite thought in my mind. And it is... If you're the Broncos here, do you draft... Yeah, okay. The Broncos are going with Kenny Pickett. John Elway's going to break the mold. He's going to go for a little bit of a shorter white guy. Not 6'5", 240 pounds. He's going to go for Kenny Pickett. I think this makes sense a little bit less than it did when I first did it. I had Kenny Pickett going to the Panthers, but Kenny Pickett's kind of fallen because people are like, oh, his hands are really small. Who cares? Who cares? I swear, like, it's the dumbest thing ever for people to care about how small the guy's hands are. And I totally don't have abnormally small hands for my body, but Kenny Pickett has small hands. Sure. If he has never had a fumbling problem and he can throw the football as well as he can, who cares? Joe Burrow has small hands. Like, and he just led his team to the Super Bowl. Like, it's not damning, you know? It's not going to, like, mess up his career forever. Kenny Pickett is a great talent, and him going to the Broncos, they might have made a good QB pick. Paxton Lynch. Speaking of Paxton Lynch, here's the Jets. Geno Smith boys. Could I go with them first? I went with Ike. You could definitely go edge here. Probably not, though. I'm going to go Ahmad Gardner. CB1 in my class, in my ranking. Not this, obviously. This is mine. This is Draft Network. Shout out NFL Draft Network. I love them more than PFF. Fuck you, PFF. Pro Football Focus is the worst sports website just in general. Their grading is awful, but I think Ahmad Gardner is a better corner than Derek Stingley. Unless Derek Stingley thought that after his insane freshman year that he would just ride his wave, which he has. I mean, he's ranked 6 on here. He hasn't been good the last 2 seasons, and I trust tape more than really projections. Projections are cool, but Derek Stingley, does he have the effort? Like, what's going on, bud? I just think Ahmad Gardner's better. Derek Stingley has a better potential probably, but Ahmad Gardner I think will be more successful in the NFL. Jets probably go with him, although the Jets are the Jets. So, you know, in a perfect world they go with Ahmad Gardner, but we don't live in one of those. These guys are definitely another quarterback place, but I don't see Matt Corral going this early. Matt Corral is not that good. Could be a wide receiver spot. Corner, edge, yeah. They don't have a quarterback. So Matt Corral, this could be a Matt Corral spot, but I feel like the football team should wait a year. This could be a Bryce Young team. So if I was them, you know what is really good for a where is he? You know what's really good for a rookie quarterback next year? A baller ass wide receiver. And my wide receiver 1, which is fucking wide receiver 6 on this list, Drake London to the Washington football team. He hasn't put it away yet, but he is the number one wide receiver in the class for me, easily. He will definitely be the best out of this class. This is a very deep wide receiver class, as is most draft classes are deep wide receiver classes because there's a ton of wide receivers. I think he's the best. I think he's better than Burks, Williams, Dotson, Olave, if you want to say he's good. Williams, I think, is definitely going to drop. I might have him going late in the first because of his ACL injury. But Drake London, I think, is just far and away. That's a lie. I'm kidding. The best wide receiver in the class. What do they have listed? I think he's 6'5". They say 6'5", 210. He's a little thin. He'll run really well at the combine. The combine actually might shoot him up other people's boards, but he's number 1 on mine. I think he would be a great compliment to Terry McLaurin, who is a shifty wide receiver. Drake London can just body dudes. He might need more aggression at the point of the catch, but I think he is probably definitely the best wide receiver in the class, and I think it would really help out a rookie quarterback that the football team might take in the next year, because Matt Corral is just not good enough to take it the 11th overall pick. So let's go on to the Vikings. Vikings could definitely go Stingley or Booth, for sure. But with Jordan Davis here, you can't pass him up. Jordan Davis is huge. He is huge. He is huge. I love Jordan Davis. He's probably one of my favorite college players. I definitely is a good fit here. The Vikings shore up that interior D-line. They probably had a really bad run defense. I don't know their exact rank, but it was probably better than the Steelers. But, yeah, no. Jordan Davis is great. He's a people mover. He can seal the inside, force people to the outside. They have good edge, I think, in Minnesota. So, yeah, Jordan Davis is huge. What is he, like 360 pounds? 140? Yeah, 6'6". Not as big as Vince Wilfork, but the Brownies here. Brownies are also pretty bad. This is a spot that I could definitely see Lloyd or Dean going. Quarterback's their third-ranked need on here, which is funny. But interior D-line is listed as one of their needs, I guess. But I think they need an edge opposite of my boy Myles Garrett. David Ojabo, insanely good player. Put him up against Myles, or put him opposite of Myles Garrett, and you're talking 15 sacks in his rookie season. It's really hard to guard Myles Garrett, and then pair him up with David Ojabo, and that's an elite pass defense. You know what I mean? They could be top 10 for sure in sacks and in hurries and pressures and all of that, and QB hits. Definitely. Could be D-Roy, but you didn't hear it from me. Ravens here. Ravens could definitely also go an edge, which they might here, but see, they don't. Yeah, can I draft him? Can I please draft George Karlaftis? All right, George Karlaftis. We're doing 2 edges in a row. Really, they really need help. They really need help with that pass rush, especially if the Bengals aren't especially if the Bengals aren't going to. I said it again. Going to upgrade their O-line. If they need the pass rush, they don't have the pass rush. None of the teams in the AFC North, barring the Steelers, have the pass rush they need to be successful. The Ravens have who? They lost Ngakwe and they lost Judon. I don't even know who's rushing the passer for them. Calais Campbell, was he like 90? The Browns obviously have Myles Garrett, but who else? They got Jed Clowney, who's not very good, and Larry Ogunjobi, who's decent, but you know he's not getting it done. Sorry, it was making me mad that it wasn't put up all the way. They need the help, and there it is. Eagles here, back-to-back picks. Definitely another spot edge can go, and it doesn't really matter who they pick here. I'm going Stingley, dropped really far. They said he should have went like 10 picks earlier. I think Stingley goes there. Could be a spot for Booth. Stingley, I think, makes it, and yeah. Simple as that. Stingley, I told you what I thought about him before. Very good potential. I don't know if he has the work ethic and or the ability still. He's had injuries and he's had issues. Next pick, Trayvon Walker. Help the edge. Who do they have on the edge? I honestly can't tell you. Derek Barnett and Fletcher Cox. Barnett is average at best and Cox is aging. Cox is probably a cut candidate, if not a trade candidate. I'm pretty sure the Steelers tried to trade for him in the middle of the season, but it fell through or something. But Trayvon Walker really helps the edge. He is a great edge threat, especially on that Georgia defense. Best in college. He knows how to play. See, the Chargers here would have been a great spot for not Travis Jones. What's his name? Jordan Davis. But you know he's not here, so I'm probably gonna go Trevor Penning. However, Andrew Booth Jr. is definitely on the board right now. And Andrew Booth Jr. is going to the Chargers. They had a really bad run defense, yes. But if no elite player is there, do not reach. Could be a spot where they trade back. But if Booth is there, I'd take him. Booth is a very good talent there. I think he might have played along A.J. Terrell for a second. He knows ball. Andrew Booth Jr. is a talented defensive back. He is my defensive back 2 in my ranking, but in here he's 3. I think he's better than Stingley, but you know, whatever. But I think he really helps him out over there. I don't exactly know who they still have at corner that isn't an impending free agent. Asante Samuel Jr. All right, the Saints, the no money boys. They're definitely going receiver here. It just depends on who you think it is. Wilson is really good. Yeah, I'm going Garrett Wilson here to the Saints. They love their wide receivers out of Ohio State. You could put Chris Olave here. He could be slant boy too. But Olave's dropping for me. He's probably not going to be my first round. Garrett Wilson goes here. I think he's a very talented player, but I don't. Sorry, he's definitely better than Williams right now. Just because Williams tore his ACL, it is a question. I definitely think he'll drop. Traylon Burks, it's a toss-up. I think Wilson's wide receiver 3 in the class, but I think the Saints like him more, so I think they go with Garrett Wilson here. Great receiver. The Eagles here, I think, are going to go either Nakobe Dean or Devin Lloyd, a linebacker. However, there is a lot of linemen still right here, and you know, it's definitely between Penning and Green, but I'm gonna go Green here from shit. You know what I meant. Kenyon Green here to the Eagles. Definitely think that is a good pick. Kenyon Green is a great O lineman. Better than the Green the Steelers drafted last year. Oh God. I think he really helps that O line. Can help with the run game. Miles Sanders, Boston Scott can definitely expand their game and also help Jalen Hurts get more time in the pocket because that guy runs a lot. Steelers here. This is a great spot for them. I didn't do this on purpose, really. I just drafted what I thought would happen. So they're in a good spot. They could either go McDuffie, Lloyd, Dean, Penning, Corral, Linderbaum. This is actually probably best case scenario for these teams. There's some good talent left here. For me, it's between Dean, Duffy, and Penning, but I'm gonna go Penning. Trevor Penning is a god. He is 6'8", 6'7". He is a big man. He's a bully. Have you ever seen his tape? This guy throws people in the ground and then just keeps them on the ground. Like, he just... He is like Richie Incognito, except I'm pretty sure he's nice and, like, not on the football field. So I've heard. Trevor Penning is a guy, and he reeks of Steelers football. He is a blue-collar, Northern Iowa-born, big-ass O-lineman. Steelers fans would love him, including me. This is definitely a spot for a wide receiver. Don't care what this thing says. Get Mac Jones an elite weapon, Traylon Burks. Traylon Burks is elite ball player. What's the thing from Bengal? The YouTuber? What is it? Versatile weapon. He's not a versatile weapon, but he is a great wide receiver, and the Patriots would be kicking themselves if they passed him up. Here with the Raiders with the 22nd overall pick. Trent McDuffie. Trent McDuffie's talented. I have him as my 4th ranked cornerback. The top 3 are great. Trent McDuffie is a little bit of a fall off, but I think he's still really good and can be really successful. Hope to God he's better than Damon Arnett. Did Damon Arnett went to TCU, right? Or no, did he go to Clemson? Ohio State. I'm cutting this part out. I look like a fucking idiot. Hopefully it's better than Damon Arnett. Trent McDuffie, I think, is really talented. I don't know if they would want to go with him. If they missed out on the top 3. He's really good, but you know. Who the hell knows with the Raiders? They're crazy. Here is another spot for cornerback. I don't see Roger McCreary going this high. This is kind of a poor spot for the Cardinals. I can't see them drafting a running back this high. Who do they have? Kenneth Walker ranked first. That's who I have ranked first. He's not that good. Wait, you know what I mean. He's not good enough to be drafted this high. Really in a bad spot here for the Cardinals. I can see them trading back, but I think DeMarvin Leal is probably the best pick. Is it though? This is actually really bad. I didn't think it would come to this. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm tired of making Nakobe Dean drop this far because I think he's the best linebacker in the class. Coverage linebackers are always ranked different and higher and lower and higher and lower. Nakobe Dean to the Cardinals, I think, is great. Nakobe Dean is a natural coverage linebacker, unlike Isaiah Wilson, who is a question mark. Is he an edge? Is he a cover? Is he a safety? What is he? I haven't heard much about Isaiah Simmons. I don't know if he's even got a position yet, but adding Nakobe Dean, who can lead the defense. Lead the defense. I don't care who's on the defense, how old they are. Even if Antoine Bethea came out of retirement at 90 years old and said, I'm the leader, I think Nakobe Dean is a better leader. Natural leader there at Georgia. He is a great player. I haven't dropped him this far just because of the talent overloaded defense in this draft. The Cowboys here. Cowboys are a team that could go with an edge here. I don't know if they will. Safety's way too high to take. I'm just reading off this just because this is going to be an interior D-line spot. I'm going to go with DeMarvin Leal from Texas A&M. DeMarvin Leal is a big guy, a big man. This interior D-line class is very top-heavy. You got, I always want to say Travis Jones, Jordan Davis, and then it's sort of iffy who's next. DeMarvin Leal, I think, is the second best interior D-lineman there is in the draft. Cowboys take him, seals up their interior D-line. Michael Parsons on the edge. They got DeMarcus Lawrence. Their defense can get that much nastier. Bills here. Love the Bills. This is definitely a spot for defense of some kind. Could go Devontae. Yeah, we're gonna go Wyatt. Wyatt, who's the counterpart to Davis at Georgia. Another big man, another big interior D lineman. He is a Bills player for sure. He can wreck the interior offensive lineman of the AFC East. He is a big people mover, and it really help out that D line. Who they got? Greg Rousseau. They have the white guy that I don't remember his name. Their pass rush is not elite. They do not have elite pass rush. Only elite pass rush is the Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to the Super Bowl. You ever heard of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Well, I'll tell you about the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers went 9-7-1. And they went to the damn playoffs. They went to the playoffs. And they almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Devin Lloyd is the easy pick here for the Titans. Titans defense is weak. Weak! They ain't got no pass rush, but Dupree's a flop of a signing. They bitch made. They weak. They lame. Devin Lloyd. He can help lead the defense. He's a great leader. He's a very athletic player. He was #1 in the class. Linebacker for my ranking before college started, and kind of fell with the emergence of Kobe Dean and, you know, stuff like that. He's a very good player and will really help out their defense and just organization. This is a wide receiver spot. Could be a quarterback spot. Could be Matt Corral. Could be Matt Corral. Could be. It could be. Is it going to be? No, it's going to be a wide receiver. We're going to go with Jahan Dotson. They like their Penn State wide receivers. They got Chris Godwin. They're going to get rid of Chris Godwin because his contract's up. I don't see him resigning. Jahan Dotson is a speed demon. That man can run. I think he is a very good player and will free up a lot of room for Mike Evans to get some balls. Scotty Miller. That my boy Scotty Miller. O.J. Howard maybe can finally play the game of football. Maybe Cameron Brate. You know. Jahan Dotson, yeah, for sure. The Packers. People are going to shoot me. Going Jameson Williams here. Packers are losing Devontae Adams, and then probably, I think Marcus Valdes-Scantling and Alan Lazard are also both free agents. Say Valdes-Scantling and Lazard come back, who the hell do you have still? they're average at best. I'm thinking Devontae Adams is going. I also think Aaron Rodgers is going. So Jameson Williams to the Packers makes sense. He is a great wide receiver. I think he's the best potential in the class. Torn ACL concerns me. Dolphins here. This is a spot. Who did they trade their other pick to? The Eagles? Why? Oh, that was in the trading of picks last year. Okay. This is a wide receiver spot. I'm going Chris Olave. I said he would drop. He did sort of drop, but Chris Olave is a dominant speed man. I don't love his hands, and he did get overshadowed by a freshman. I think JSN is a freshman, right? That's not what I wanted. This is. He's 20. Yeah, okay. Chris Olave got overshadowed by him in his senior year. So Olave is a very good talent. The production is concerning. Chiefs here. You know, the Chiefs are the Chiefs, you know. I could definitely see them getting Bell, like David Bell, not Le'Veon Bell. Edge. Sure, safety. These all make sense. I'll go with Brisker. This is going to make up for, what's his name? Sendeo? What's his name? What the fuck's his name? The safety. What's the safety for the... No, not Tyrann Mathieu. No, not Tyrann Mathieu. Oh, no. Daniel Sorensen. Daniel Sorensen is really bad. I think that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah. Yeah. Daniel Sorensen. Jaquan Brisker is really good. He'll make up for that. I hate Penn State, but Jaquan Brisker is a talented player. He can fill in, play alongside Tyrann Mathieu, maybe elite coverage down deep. Here we're definitely going O-line. It's the question of Falele, Petit Free, or Linderbaum. Do they need a center? I actually have no idea. Do the Bengals need a center? I don't know who their center is. Okay, Tyler Linderbaum is a natural center, elite center. Centers usually drop because a lot of teams don't value them as high. Same thing as safeties, as I said earlier. I think Linderbaum going here to the Bengals, though, really helps seal in their inside. They might grab a few guards in the second, third, whatever rounds. He could really, really help them. Their O-line is definitely the reason they lost the Super Bowl. Very close game, very, very good game, but their O-line just couldn't get it done, and they just got to Joe Burrow too easily. Lions here, their second pick in the first round. They took Kyle Hamilton with the first. Definitely a spot you can see Matt Carago. I think, though, it's a spot where you help out Jared Goff. They had Amon-Ra St. Brown break out last year, and now we have David Bell going, and it's going to fuck everything up. David Bell going 32nd overall to the Detroit Lions really helps them out. It helps broaden their offense. Their offense before was Amon-Ra St. Brown or DeAndre Swift. If you shut one of them down, then you just had to worry about the other one. You add David Bell to the group, and now it's more dynamic. David Bell came out of Purdue. Same thing with Rashad Bateman last year. He is a great ball player. He's a very shifty ball player, and I really think he could get it done with Detroit and maybe help out their future quarterback, whether that be Jared Goff or anybody next year. Keaton Slovis for the Heisman. So that's my 2022 NFL mock draft 1.0 is my first one. I might make a transcript of this and post it on whatever website I post things on. Thank you for watching, and if you have any other suggestions or anything down below, if you want a 7-round mock draft that I sit down for 3 hours and make, I probably won't do that. But hey, if you have any ideas, want me to do one of the trades, want me to predict some trades for the offseason, want me to do anything, just comment them down below, and I'll probably do it. So thank you, and peace.